I have done it. I have finally done all 3 Powerpuff Girls. Actually, I shouldn't say finally, because it took me pretty fast to do all 3 of them compared to how long it took me to finish all of the Bob's Burgers characters, or not all of them, because as I said, I was still supposed to do Bob and Linda, and I only did Jean, Louise, and Tina so far, but I don't know if I want to do them. I might just scratch them out. But yeah, so it took me a lot quicker to do the Powerpuff Girls than it took me to do the Bob's Burgers characters. And I think that's just because the Powerpuff Girls are just so much more fun to draw. Like, I really had fun drawing Tina, and I had fun drawing Louise. But when I drew Jean, as I said, he didn't have very many distinguishing characteristics to like make it like Jean. So it wasn't too fun to draw him. I did like drawing Tina and Louise though. And I think with the Powerpuff Girls, they don't really have that many distinguishing characteristics, but I still enjoy drawing them as Insta-Babes, if you will. I know when I was doing Buttercup, I was saying that I wasn't sure if I was going to redo her or not, just because to me she looked a little meek, and she didn't look like what I figured Buttercup would look like as all grown up as an Insta-Babe. But the more that I look at her, the more that I like it, which is something that I predicted might happen, just because that's a problem that I have, which I don't think it's much of a problem. I think that's actually a good problem, because most artists stare at their art until they hate it, and I stare at mine until I love it, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. That's kind of what happened with Buttercup. She was my least favorite, and now she is my most favorite out of the 3 of them. I do like Bubbles, which is who I'm doing right now. I did Bubbles last. I don't know why I saved her for last, but yeah. So I do like Buttercup the most now. I think she looks the best, just in terms of art. I think she's the best piece of them out there, and that might also be because she has black hair, and as I said before, I enjoy doing things with lots of black in them. So I'm not sure if it's because I like the way it looks the most, or if I like the way it looks the most because it has a lot of black in it. I don't know. Maybe I should branch out a little more, add a little bit more color to my art. But the last time I did that, I ended up with like crazy looking art, because my art used to be semi good, and then I decided to start adding colors like watercolors and colored inks, and they end up looking a little bit crazy after I started doing that. So now I'm back to what I used to do. But you know what, I've said this before, I've already had this conversation, so whatever. What I do want to start getting into colors though is Copics. Do you know, weirdly enough, okay, sidebar, this is like all the way off the rails, but weirdly enough, I haven't done color things in a long time. I've started just going back to what I like to do, which is the black and white drawings, or maybe just like a hint of color, just one thing in color. Usually that's the thing that I'm going for now. But I did draw this in your own style challenge on Instagram, and hers was in color. The girl's skin was blue, her hair was like bright pink, and it had like blue streaks in it. Her eyes were yellow, like she was like all the crazy colors you can think of. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, draw this in your own style, because I thought it was a cool character. So I did do the draw this in your own style challenge for the girl on Instagram. Her name is like Moltoke or something like that, I don't know. So I did her draw this in your own style challenge, and that freaking one got like way more likes than what my regular stuff gets. And I was like, why is this one getting more likes? So do people like color drawings more? I mean, not that this is going to stop me from drawing and doing whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, because the style of art that I draw in and the subject matter and whatnot that I draw in does not get determined by the amount of likes I get on Instagram, because personally I like the stuff that I'm producing. I think it's great. I think it's a lot better than the stuff that I was producing this time last year when I was like experimenting with colors and stuff. I like the work that I'm producing currently right now a lot more than I was last year, but those things from last year do have more likes on them. So that's weird, because in my mind I feel like this stuff looks so much better. So I don't know why it's just not getting the engagement the other ones had, but I don't care about that. Like, I mean, I care in the sense of like, yes, I want people to like what I'm doing, but as long as I like what I'm doing, then I feel like that's kind of the most important thing. And plus, I don't really base the worth of my art on what other people think of it. I love it. I like the style I'm doing it in now. I like the subject matters I'm doing. I mean, it's not like I change subject matters. I never change subject matters. They're all still a lot of aliens, a lot of alien babes, a lot of cute girls. There's a lot of stuff like that, because that's what I like to draw. I am doing a lot more fan art now though. And that's for no other reason than I just suddenly I feel like I have a like style now. So want to see what other characters would look like in my style. So that's kind of why I'm doing a lot of fan art now. I really want to see what other characters would look like if I drew them in my style plus grown up. But yeah, when I was younger, younger-ish, I used to always search for like grown-up versions of stuff, or like, you know, like something that looks like non-human in a show, you know, see what they look like as a human version. Like, I don't know if anyone knows those like things that go around Tumblr. I'm pretty sure there are other websites, but the ones where it's like all the search engines and all of the social media websites, and they're like people and you humanize them. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Like, it'll be like Internet Explorer who's like in the corner eating paste, and then it'll be like Firefox and Google Chrome and all the things like that, and then it'll be like Facebook and Twitter and MySpace, which is like all the way way long ago. But yeah, I always like looking at things like that. I'm not sure if they're on the websites, but Tumblr is the website that I originally saw those on, where they humanized, I'm popular, I'm getting messages, it's where they humanized all the inanimate social media websites and search engines, I guess. So anyways, I'm way on topic. Maybe I'll do one of those, maybe not, but like I was saying, I like to see what characters will look like in my own personal style, and also as a grown-up character, because I did enough baby faces in my life. I don't need to be doing all these characters as babies still. Actually, how old are the Powerpuff Girls? They're like 5, right? I'm pretty sure they're in like elementary school, which is kind of weird. Like, how do you have a baby save the world? That don't even make sense. And fighting like monkey men. Like, how you gonna let your 5-year-olds go out and try to save the world? Now I gotta figure out how old they are. I'm pretty sure they're like 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. Shame on you, city. Shame on you letting 5-year-olds take care of the world. Anyways, this is the finished version of my bubbles as a grown-up Insta-Babe. When I do these, I'm not really sure how old they should be. I'm just gonna say 20s, somewhere in the 20s. That's what I'm gonna go with. Apparently the Powerpuff Girls turned 20 this year, as in the show is 20 years old, but their ages in the show, because I googled it, it says kindergarten age. Don't give them age, but I'm pretty sure you're like 5 or 6 when you're in kindergarten. So shame on the mayor, and shame on the professor, and shame on the town of, where do they live? The town of Timsdale, something like that. Dimsdale? No, it's the wrong show. Oh my gosh, where do they live? It's something like Tim's something. Shame on you. Townsend, the town hall. Whatever, I'm leaving.